So just how safe is our information online? I've got to put my hands up and say I have never been on Facebook, never done the Facebook thing. And Janet, I think we might be the only ones.
Yeah, I've never ever gone on Facebook because I don't want to share that amount of information about myself with anyone. But having said that, I see now people have the hashtag, ditch Facebook or whatever is trending on Twitter, and I just think, hello. Facebook isn't the only organisation that's harvesting all your information. From the minute you buy a smartphone, you're giving away loads and loads of information about yourself, where you live, where you are at any given time. And you've talked about apps that reveal, your children's whereabouts and so on. So I think we unwittingly have already given away loads of our information.
Long time ago.
The other thing
every time we buy something online.
Exactly. Every time we go on Amazon or any of these shopping things, or how many times do you repeat your shopping order and you go on your supermarket shopping order thing, you think, oh my God, they've read my mind. There's that yogurt popping up again. And the fact is that all your habits and tastes are being analysed constantly, and Facebook already monitor your browsing and everything else because they're selling that information to advertisers anyway. I think the uproar at the moment is because personal data was used for political purposes, but actually all sorts of other data is already being used for them to get advertising and to advertise, to tell advertisers what you're interested in. But what bothers me more than perhaps Facebook and all this information is the fact that so many of you, and I'm not pointing at Nadia particularly, but I know that you feel perfectly happy in posting lots of stuff about your private, your families and what's going on in your home, putting it out there for people to see. And that does slightly bother me because it gives away so much about your children and your family. It just puts it out there for people to use or, do stuff with.
Well, they actually... apparently, and so many people do, so many of us do share our children and with photos, and you do yourself get... And apparently there's 8 pictures you shouldn't post of your child. One is bath time, well, that's pretty obvious. When they're sick or injured, bad behaviour, on the potty, private details, group pictures with other children, bullying fodder, unsafe activities like driving car, holding a bottle of beer. I don't think many children are. But I suppose the thinking of this is that in the future, those children, once they're all grown up, these photos could then be used against them, rather like the nude ones on the furry rug was for us as children growing up. And I do think it is a bit like the genie is out of the bottle and it's really difficult to put it back. I wasn't on social media until my children were older. And I kind of think... Yeah, I try to be sensible. Of course, I would never show any photos of them in the bath or anything, but we as a family really enjoy doing our social media. We review movies, we do all sorts of things together. And I think that you're kind of right, but I also think we can't be too hysterical about it. I think practically everybody posts stuff now of their family. It is insane, it's potty. When you actually look at... When you actually think about what you're doing, it is a bit mad.
I can't understand your mindset. I have this mindset that thinks, well, I shut my front door and what goes on in there, no matter how weird or exciting or perhaps really boring, I don't want you to know about.
But you're on Loose Women.
I know.
You're on Loose Women.
Yeah,
every single day we talk about our lives. Every single day.
Everybody has their own levels of what they're comfortable with. We've got another Instagram called The Pitfields that's very family orientated, and we set that up as a community to talk to other families about health and fitness and nutrition and share recipes. And we love that. And perhaps I've been a little bit naive, but... I do...
How old is your little boy?
He's 3.
Right.
And we don't post any picture, as you've just said, the obvious things. But we've got this little community going, and it's lovely, and we're speaking to other families, and it's all really positive. So, yes, there are these negative sides, but there's also loads of positivity around it as well.
You could go to a park and there could be dangerous people. You could go down the street, somebody could take a photo.
Yeah.
You could have a weird neighbour 3 doors along.
Christine's got her I'm listening to you but not agreeing with you.
I'm so obvious. No, I do think, though, there is just so much of it. I would say the vast majority of people do put pictures of their home and their children and everything online. So maybe we're just flooded with it, and the hope is that you get lost in amongst the sheer volume of it. That's kind of the only
I
thing.
mean, we're all kind of known anyway. And I think it's true what you say, Kath. I mean, it might have the impression that I tell everything, but I'm completely in control of what photos I put out and what I choose to talk about. There's loads of stuff that I would never say about my life and about my family. And I'm very happy with what I do. And I'm going to say this with a real risk of being shouted down, I actually really enjoy social media. I really enjoy Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all these things. I have a great life. And it's creative. It always is creative.